classes can win at least a couple of these fights. You know, the fighter can do enough damage and have good defense. The black belt definitely can kill these things pretty quickly once he gets a few levels up. The red mage has black magic. The black mage has black magic, so they can often win a fight. The white mage ruses themselves so they can't be hit. The thief, though, can never win a fight over here. Giants have around 300 HP. I think I could kill one if it was just one-on-one. But basically all the good fights over here that give you lots of experience to do level grinding, you have no possible chance. Like, there's just no way you're ever going to win anything up here. That's why I have to spend so much time fighting sharks and ogres and stuff for 100 or 200 experience per battle. So, that is the main reason the Thief solo run sucks. You have to spend a very, very long time. If you were playing it on the console at, you know, normal frames rate, it would take you all summer. Like, I don't know how anyone could sit through that. Like, to basically just go from level 5 to 24, I'm guessing at least 100 hours at normal speed, because it takes me at least 10 hours at like 10 times speed. So that's my math, that's my guess. I'm not willing to do it. And even the 10 hours was pretty hard, so I had to have alternate entertainment, and I had to do it in sessions where I'd get one level up and then stop playing, and then come back the next day and get one more level up and then come back and play again, kind of thing. Like, that was the only way I could do it. So yeah, the Thief is terrible. That's what I'm trying to demonstrate. Even at level 24, grinded up for hundreds of hours, he's not good. That's the lesson to be learned here. A lot of people think a solo white mage run is the hardest solo run. They are wrong. The solo Thief is way worse. Just wanted to point that out. So, let's go to the bottom of the marsh cave. I think I've actually done this. Like, I have the crown, technically, which is what you get from doing the marsh cave. Mostly because I needed to experiment with Astos, the next real boss fight, just to make sure I was at the right level that we'd have a chance to kill him. So, sorry, but spoiler alert, we've already done this once, off camera. I think you can actually run from this fight. I often said this fight was unescapable on previous runs, and I was wrong. The problem is you still get stun locked, and if you never get a turn, you just never get a turn until you're dead. So that's always lucky. But yeah, you can definitely run away if you get a chance. One of the perks of having a very high level is those crawls, the enemies that could paralyze us. They run away from you as well now, which at least gives you a slightly better chance of not dying. That's alright, Defiant Pirate. I think a lot of people thought that as well. Unless you've done the Thief challenge and the White Mage challenge, most people would just assume the White Mage would be harder. But the Thief is just terrible. Now, I think I was actually able to survive the Marsh Cave run at a lower level than this. Like, probably 20, maybe level 18. The Thief is... he's probably good enough to make it here. The problem is fighting these wizards. I'm not even sure if I'm going to win this fight. And we're level 24. Oh, they run away now. That helps. But we were unable to kill a single one before we died. So normally you just redo it. I'm saving some time. The way the wizard fight goes is you fight between 2 and 4 as sort of a random roll. We got 3 this time. If I could get just 2, I'll show you that we should have a chance. Eventually. This is a level 24 Thief. We can still not even win the wizard fight reliably. I'm using save states, in case you're wondering, just to try to demonstrate how this works. There, two wizards. So this is our best chance that you'll ever get. Normally you'd have to redo the entire dungeon every time to find out if you got 2 or 4. And we still got slaughtered. We'll try that again. Oh, one of them run away. Okay, I think we got it. Alright, so if you get really lucky, you fight 2 wizards, one of them runs away, and then you kill the other one. The treasure box would normally have the crown in it, and then you'd work your way out, and that would be that. I'm not going to worry about that right now. So, that's how you get the crown as the thief. It's still hard, even at level 24. Unfortunately. Every other class can do that at a much lower level in much less time than the thief can. The real kicker is this fight up here. Astos is a jerk, and he is so much better than us. I can't even explain it in words, but I'll try. So, Astos, Dark Elf, blah blah blah. Chances are he'll kill us on the first turn, or the second turn. Oh good, 1 damage. There we go. Slain, 1 shot. So his first spell, I guess I can refresh this for new people to the stream and the channel, the videos and stuff. A boss, I think every enemy in the NES Final Fantasy 1 has a, if they cast magic, they have like a list of spells, and they will always cast them in order. So his first spell in his spell list is Rub, which is your instant death spell. After that, it will be Slow, and then Fire 2, Lightning 2, Fast, Rub again, and then it'll repeat, and it'll keep doing it. He doesn't necessarily cast it on the first turn, though, because he will sometimes attack. And attack, if he, like, basically think of it, first check, he either attacks or uses magic. If he attacks, nothing happens other than he does a physical. If he does a magic spell, progress to the next spell on the list. And in that way you never skip a spell. You just, you know, it might take 3 turns before you get to the next spell because he does a bunch of attacks. But he will always rotate through the same spell list, and it'll just be interspersed with the occasional random physical attack. So what's happened here, he got through his spell list, and he rubbed us again. One of the problems is he casts Slow 2, which instead of getting 2 attacks per turn, once you've got more than 32% hit rate, you normally get 2 attacks, but Slow 2 changes that to 1. So, there. Now we'll only have 1 swing per turn. We're not doing any damage at all. And this is a level 24 thief. This is freaking insane. I know I've done it at level 23 before, but this fight it's just almost impossible. And maybe I should have had another save state with a win here, but I'll try to show it on camera. We're not doing so good so far. What we really need, see, you saw a 54 damage crit there. We need like 3 of those criticals in a row, and without being killed like that. Or that. Okay, 11 damage, and then slowed. It's like, so best case scenario, we get a 2-hit crit, another 2-hit crit, and then his Slow 2 doesn't work. We get a couple more 2-hit crits, and we win. The black belt is the second easiest in my book. Those videos will be going onto the YouTube channel as soon as I make a background for them. We got a few crits, but I don't think we did enough damage to actually kill him. This battle was our closest one yet, and we still lost. 14 damage, and then slowed. 13, 1, 50 crit, but I think Astos has around 200 HP, so you need more than that. Also, the Dark gives us minus 40% accuracy, which just means we'll miss a little bit more often. And then he hits Lightning too for like 100 damage. You don't usually die to damage. He generally just one-shots you with the rub spell, but sometimes. My point is, this is possible. It's just not very probable. So we'll just put it on super speed. Don't worry about the numbers. We live or we die. Mostly we die. Super speed will generally save us time, so we'll do that. Somebody should be keeping track. I should be keeping track of how many tries it takes to get this kill at level 24 Thief. I thought about going for level 25, but my patience was dying, so I couldn't get any further. Oh, this is going pretty good. Come on, kill him! Ah, that went longer than usual. The reason I didn't go for 25, in case you're wondering, is +1 strength and +2% hit chance wouldn't actually affect our damage at all. We need to get to 30 strength, which will be level 26. Or, I think level 28 is when you can get 3 hits per turn. I didn't have that in me. Might be 28 or 29 at that point. And even that wouldn't significantly raise our odds too much. Just, you know, I'd spend a few more hours level grinding with the increasingly difficult leveling process, because it always requires more experience for the next level and then more enemies start running away. Oh, we got him! I wasn't really paying attention, but we got him. Alright, so I would say that took less than 100, probably, to find Pirate. So if you get to around level 24, you can kill Astos with luck. I'm sorry we were going so fast on the final victory, but I'm pretty sure what happened was we got a bunch of crits in a row. I think I might have saw like 100 damage crit in there, and that's just enough to finally win it. Okay, that only took like 10 minutes. That wasn't too bad. Actually, much better than I was expecting. To be honest, I would say that went quicker than it would on average. I think we actually got a bit lucky. Alright, now, with that out of the way, we can actually progress. Yeah, Brittleman, it's just luck. If you do a 2-hit critical at around this level, you can do about half his life in 1 hit. It's just a matter of getting those lucky crits before you've been slowed or killed. So, that's all that was. And, yeah, I mean, on YouTube, maybe you guys can pause the video, and if you catch the right frame, if you're lucky, you can see just how much damage we did on a couple crits that gave us the victory. Why is he dragging around the unconscious clones of himself? Well, they're all thieves, so they didn't really get along, probably. In this one, they're all thieves, so, I'm sure you guys can work something out about the reasoning. One thing, now that I'm back on this character, this save file, I should continue doing stat maxing, because that's not the only bottleneck for a thief run. That's just the first and probably most annoying bottleneck. There are going to be other bosses that are going to be very challenging as well. Notably the Lich, actually. Alright, trade in our herb for the crystal. Maybe put a save down so I don't die. I still am worried about dying even in these starter areas. That's how impressed I am with the thief. We are about to get a much better weapon, though. In fact, we're about to get the thief's best possible weapon. Not counting promotion weapons, just as a thief, we're going to actually get his best weapon he can ever equip. Which is disappointing as well. Alright, so we got the Mystic Key, which doesn't even show up in your items for some reason. But this lets us get some loot. I didn't get the key. I didn't talk to the prince. I just woke him up and didn't talk to him. Trying to rush. There you go. Now it shows up. That makes more sense. Should have caught that earlier. Alright. Silver hammer. Garbage. 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 We have tons of money because it took so much time grinding. Don't worry about money. Are we going to start the Sephiroth, Kefka, Best Final Fantasy Villain contest again? Let's not go down that road again. There's no happy ending. Everyone just gets cranky. Everyone has their own favorite. And no one ever changes their mind about it, ever. Alright, none of this stuff is good for the thief. So it's all just stuff to sell. Except we needed to get the TNT. Let's sell off that, and these, just to get rid of them, really. They're just weighing us down. Don't need the money, but you only have very limited inventory space. Okay, so the best equipable thief sword, or weapon, is back in the Chaos Shrine, I believe. Yeah, Schminch, you might have missed the end of... No, you were there for the end of Witcher 2. It was the Witcher 3 that we actually had to leave off because, reasons. Or no, the Witcher 3 we never really streamed at all, did we? No. We did until I moved, and then after I moved, I couldn't, keep the bandwidth up. That's how that went. That's why we're at low bitrate now. It's, my new internet is terrible. So I can't really play fancy 3D looking games like that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the Rune Blade is our best possible weapon. 2756. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good upgrade from the Saber. Usually you get the Rune Sword, and you have like a fighter and a red mage, and they have silver swords which are already better, so this is garbage. But the Thief, it's actually a very significant upgrade. With one more level up... No, right now we'll be getting 3 hits per turn, and we had a pretty significantly damaged upgrade right there. It's plus 6 damage, and 1 more extra hit per turn. Yeah, I'm still in Canada. I moved far enough that I lost fiber optic, and I'm now back on just normal ADSL, which is not good enough. Just bad luck after the move. The Wear Sword, I believe, is similar, but slightly worse. 3266. Oh, we can't even equip it. Figures. And Stunlock dead. No? Stunlock, they ran away. Don't just use TNT. Be careful, everybody. Change of jobs? No, it was just change of address, really. I just wanted to move. Used to live in like a basement suite. The price of housing in Vancouver is terrible. It's really expensive to rent or own houses here. So we moved somewhere that's nicer and a little bit more affordable. But unfortunately lost out on the internet a bit. I suppose I could have checked that ahead of time, but I didn't think to, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, priorities went get out of basement suite, get into nicer apartment, and find a place that was a good price. I didn't think of, oh yeah, make sure you can get high-speed internet. Until it was too late. So the Dragon Sword, I believe, would have slightly better stats than the Rune Blade, but I don't think we can equip it. It's also supposed to do extra damage to dragons, but I don't think that works. Bugged. Oh, we can equip it. 3366. Actually, slightly better. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, okay. In-depth Final Fantasy knowledge coming up. Just give me a sec. Take a drink, then I'll start my spiel. Okay. So, the way the game is programmed, every weapon is in like a table. Kind of like a spreadsheet, Excel file sort of thing, except not a spreadsheet. But it's got a table that gets looked up that has the values for every weapon. Attack, hit percent, crit rate, crit damage, effective enemy types, bunch of that stuff. A lot of it is bugged and does not work in the battle. The rune weapon is supposed to work, I think, against magic enemies of whatever type those are, were type enemies, dragon type enemies. That doesn't work. And each weapon is supposed to have a unique or specific critical chance, and I think a slightly different critical damage multiplier or something. I think. At least a critic chance. But that's also bugged. So instead of like the rune sword having a 5% crit chance and the dragon sword having a 10% crit chance, whatever they're supposed to be, the game actually just looks up for the chance of a critical, the index number of that weapon. So whatever number is at the top of the list, or whatever weapon is at the top of the list, probably the rapier or the wooden nunchucks or something like that, that will have a critical chance of like 1 or 2% because they're number 1 and 2 on the list. There are, I believe, 50 weapons altogether, and the Mass Mune is the bottom one, like it's the furthest down the list. So the Mazmune has a crit chance of 50 because it's the lowest one. Excalibur's like 49, Katana's like 48, that kind of stuff basically. So these two weapons, I don't know their exact placement, but I've looked it up and the Rune Sword is lower than the Dragon Sword. And low enough that losing out on 1 damage is actually made up for the extra crit chance that the Rune Sword has over the Dragon Sword because of the bug in the code. Okay, spiel is over. Continue on with gaming and discussion. See, things like that I know about Final Fantasy 1. I don't know that about Pokemon or other games. If you want me to do challenge games, it has to be a game I know very well. So, anyway, with that, we have a pretty good weapon. We could probably, if you could refight Astos now, we could probably kill him pretty easily, because we have such a damage increase there. Like, if I can do some hits here. If they stop running. Yeah, 3 hits over 100 damage. We probably doubled our damage output, give or take. That's pretty good. So, a new town. You need not go that depth. Well, it depends on the challenge. If your challenge is hard enough, you need to know in-game details, specific stuff. There are no good weapons to buy. There's never anything good to buy here, to be honest. I'll hold on to the Dragon Sword, but I'm not probably going to keep it. Or I'm not going to use it. The Wear Sword we can't equip. Silver Dagger. And more importantly, we can buy a silver bracelet, and that will actually help out. So we're going to go from 6 total absorb to 15 by having this. Oops, I gave it to the wrong person. Oh, actually, wait a second. I forget. Can we? No. The thief cannot even equip the lighter, sort of agile-based silver mail. The only character the silver armor is good for is the red mage, because they can't wear iron and steel. The fighter just uses iron and steel and eventually better stuff. The thief, though, can't even equip silver, which is actually really unusual. He should be able to equip some light... Like, he can wear the wooden armor. I consider the silver armor sort of the same tier as that. But whatever, they don't let him, so he doesn't get to. I'm not a competitive player in Pokemon, sorry. I know that IV and EV things exist, but I am not interested in that. Sorry. So, oh, there is one reason to go to Melmont, or Crescent Lake, I think. I think we can equip the buckler. I hope we can equip the buckler. Every little point of armor would be nice right now. How did we get to 17? Okay, it must just be the normal number. I thought we'd be at like 15 or 16 absorb, and I just was surprised for a second that we had what I thought was more than you're supposed to, but I think it checks out. I'm pretty sure the math checks out. Alright. We should be able to win some battles around here, although we're already a high enough level that they mostly run from us, obviously. Maybe. I need to find somewhere that I can win some battles to get some levels up. Because I'm not expecting that our current level will be enough to kill the Lich. But maybe. That went pretty well, to be honest. Just run. These guys always run away anyway, so. Alright. So, Crescent Lake should be able to get a little bit of extra armor out of the shield that has no shield symbol. And I can indeed equip it. I think it's just the red mage and the thief that can really use this. The fighter uses normal shields. He's the only one that equips normal shields. And then the rest of the mages can't equip anything, even bucklers. Alright, so that gives us 2 more absorb. It's not a lot, but it's something. And as I said, there's no other weapons. In fact, in the rest of the game, there is no weapon better than these 2 that we can equip for the thief until we're promoted. Once you're promoted, you can actually equip almost as much stuff as the fighter can equip, which is actually pretty nice. But We're not doing a solo unpromoted thief challenge. I thought about that. That would be technically the hardest possible solo challenge, because you would never even promote and gain access to some black magic and some better equipment. You would have to just stay as the thief with the rune sword for the rest of the game. I decided not to. So we'll be promoting as soon as we can. They can always use the Mazmune, but you can't get the Mazmune and get out of the final dungeon as a thief. All you can do is pick up the Mazmune, kill Tiamat and Chaos, and then you're done. That is the only way to kill Chaos, of course, as a pure thief that doesn't promote. But just getting there is impossibly difficult. Well, harder than getting to Astos and killing Astos. So, as is very common, this area is good for leveling up again. Now that we've got the rune sword, we should be able to kill a couple giants, unlike with the stupid saber we had a little while ago. And, you know, we're at the point where we're making a reasonable amount of experience, and we could get a level up without spending, you know, 50 hours. Which is nice. I do appreciate not wasting all of my time. You know, we went from like 6 absorb to 19, and we went from like 40 to 50 damage to over 100. That's pretty good. So you said use Might Magic 6 challenge with only paladins. Their spell points would be a little bit low as far as healing goes, but they do learn all magic that's not light magic. Like, they learn... Because it's Might Magic 6, you would be playing with anyone can master anything rules. So... I would say that wouldn't be too difficult, probably. Not having access to dark magic or fire magic... Well, the big problem is you have no town portal, Lloyd's Beacon, or any good... You don't have flight. Nah, that would suck. Doing a Might Magic 6 run with no water magic? No, I'm never going to do that. It would just be such a pain to always have to walk and take ships everywhere. Not being able to fly around and teleport with the town portal. That's like the best part of the game, is once you can start doing all that stuff. Basically need to have a druid, an archer, or a sorcerer, whatever. All the classes that can learn water magic and air magic. I'm sure the game is technically possible with any combination. It's not a particularly difficult game. Once you get blasters, you just win anyway, no matter who you've got. So it's not a big deal. It's just... It's going to be a lot more frustrating if you have to walk everywhere. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I have to reload a couple fights back. I'm trying to do stat maxing here, and that was my bad. I should have been paying more attention. I was reading chat and just auto-battling here, basically. I gotta put in a save state in the battle so that I can farm for good stats. It's too difficult as it is, as a thief, to not have all the stats possible as well. So, and as I've explained before, of course, stat maxing is something you can do without an emulator easily. It just takes a little bit more time. You save before the battle you level up in. If you don't get the stats you want, just reset the game, try it again. I'll explain the stats specifically once we get a level up, how that works, because it'll be the first time technically on our thief run, so anyone new here, I might fill you in on how that works. If we can win this fight, this should get us a level up, I think. It's a big if. Looks like we're going to get crushed. Yep. Yeah, the thief is not very good. One could say he sucks. We need like a little buzzer that goes off whenever I say the suck word for the thief. This is actually a... This is a tough fight, not because we couldn't kill them, but they hit hard, they have a lot of HP,